Hey guys, how's it going? Long time, no here. Get it? Because we're a podcast. You hear us, don't see us. I'm Mike the writer,
I'm Olivia the artist.
and we are AstroGiraffe, and this is a very late next episode of the AstroGiraffe podcast.
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah, life comes up out of nowhere. But nevertheless, we're here, and we're gonna keep good on our promise from the last episode, and we're gonna talk about kind of what's going to end up being probably our flagship project and we'll talk about when we get there. We'll talk about when we get there. But first things first, Olivia has some good news to share.
I'm switching degrees, so I was gonna be an engineer, but I realized I suck at engineering things. So I'm gonna actually be like an artist full time.
Yes.
Or do something with art.
So now you guys get to keep up with her in her whole journey to be like a super official artist, which is pretty cool. Following the passion.
Yes.
So woohoo.
Yeah.
So do you wanna tell them what we're talking about today?
Avengers. We're doing an Avengers project that's about the kid Avengers.
I wouldn't say necessarily the kid Avengers,
they're not
but
like
they're the next generation.
Teenagers are like
Avengers.
kids, so they're like teenagers.
They're older teenagers. I don't want to say kids though, because then they're gonna end up thinking it's like that animated movie
That's
where
true.
they were kids, and I don't
Well,
want
it's
that
about
impression.
teenage Avengers.
It's the next generation of Avengers, like that's it.
No, I thought we were gonna reveal the name all like cool and stuff. Like it's the Avengers. Oops.
Well, yeah. So the title is Avengers Next Gen.
Yeah,
I guess I fucked that one.
that's okay.
But yeah, so Avengers Next Gen, and so what we're gonna do in this episode is kind of run through what heroes you're going to see, and maybe give you a glimpse of the heroes and how we exactly plan on building to this project, because we're not gonna just dive in on making an
Yeah.
Avengers movie,
And
because
we've kind of been working on it for a really long time. Like,
honestly, this is the project that kind of brought us together. Like we fell in love over this project, so this is like a baby for us.
it's a baby. We fell in love making this baby.
Yeah, maybe that's a weird image.
That was
maybe
that was
we should
very strange.
I would say I'd cut it, but I don't got the time for that. So they're just gonna cringe with us.
I'm already cringing for everybody.
Okay, well, first things first. I guess we should go ahead and dive into our first hero, I guess?
Yes, this is the one that I really like. Like,
Alright.
she's definitely my favorite.
So,
already.
spotlight's yours.
It's American Dream. She's the daughter. Wait, do I say like who she's the daughter of and everything?
Yeah, say
Okay,
what you
so
want.
she's the daughter
Talk about
of
the character.
Captain America and Black Widow, which some people don't like and some people do like because
She hated it at first.
I always liked Peggy and Cap, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. I learned to cope with it, and now she's my favorite. And I am designing the characters, but I'm going to make people wait to see them officially, because I'm gonna do them all pretty and fancy, not just my trashy sketches. But yeah, she was really fun to design, and we're doing like different suits and stuff for her, so that's really cool.
Right.
You want to talk about like the writing side, because that's like my artist side, but I'm not a writer, so
the American Dream, better known as Peggy Rogers. She is named Peggy to honor Olivia's love for Peggy. But Peggy Rogers, she's, I would say about what, 16, 17, like in that range.
Yeah, they're all like 16, 17-ish.
They're all older teenagers, and she is a student in S.H.I.E.L.D.'s little up-and-coming hero agent academy, and she's very much like her father, very much has the heart of a hero, and we're going to watch her kind of build a life as a hero on that.
Yeah, and that's like her dream. Like like, she wants to be a hero. She wants to be like her parents, even though some people might like want to be normal. Like she's like, no, I'm a hero. You know, that kind of thing.
Right, and power-wise, I guess we should actually
Yeah.
like dive into what makes her a hero. She inherited a weaker version of the super soldier serums. Like part of
Yeah.
that translated from her father to her. So she is stronger, faster, more agile than the average teenage girl, but
Mhm.
she's not like as strong as Captain America or
Yeah,
as
so she's
fast
still
as Captain
fairly
America.
normal. So she has to work a little harder, but she has she's still like very strong, like Cap, you know.
And we don't want to reveal too much about their solo stuff or the Avengers project in general.
No,
So
it must be a
this is going to be very
surprise.
vague, a little bit scattered, but we're going to release more information as we have it, I
We're
think.
just gonna let you know, and then you'll be hooked.
Yeah,
And you'll be like, oh, I want to hear what happens to this.
but
This American
she will
dream.
have a shield.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
She will have a shield, and she will have some stuff inspired by
But
various
that's a
influences in her
secret.
life. But as we said, this is supposed to be very vague, just like dip your toe in the water. So
Mhm.
there is a lot more to her, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out about it.
Wait and see.
But I guess the next character we should talk about is Kate Bishop, Hawkeye.
Mhm.
Do you want to take this one, or should I?
You should do it. We'll switch.
All right, so Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. For all of these characters, even the ones that we did take from comics, like pre-made, like Marvel wrote and created these characters, we still took them and put our own twist on them. Some of them we literally just kept the name and hated everything about the character and kind of rewrote ourselves.
Yeah, kind of like American Dream.
Like
we
American Dream is completely
changed
original.
her.
American
Yeah.
Dream, like that was a
Like,
hero
she's
name
not-
of another hero, and I stole it from that hero name and gave her a whole new purpose because that character was trash.
Yeah.
So but Kate Bishop Hawkeye is a pre-made character. She's even getting her own Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
By the way,
We came up with this first.
yeah, we
though.
started writing this before that
So
was announced. So
They stole it.
But
we were angry.
for this Kate Bishop, she's also a older teenager girl.
And she's not the daughter of like.
She's not the daughter. No, she's
not. The
not
daughter of Hawkeye.
blood
She's-
related, but she is Hawkeye's and Nick Fury's like hand-picked,
yeah, so
like
she's
hair to
just, like,
shield.
She's like an adopted, not like officially adopted, but they like adopted her
Very
to train
close.
her. You know.
She's very close to Nick Fury
Yeah.
and very close to Hawkeye, and you're gonna see a lot of those influences in her as these characters evolve. Like
Yeah. So
she's
they're not
always
all
going to
children of-
represent the shield aspect of the superhero world. She does have a bow, and whenever she's on screen, she's gonna stand out. I feel like she's not over the top, but she's still gonna pop and stand out. I
kind
think.
of like. I mean, it's kind of like Nick Fury. Like he never really like was super crazy, like colorful and spectacular, but he like you knew when he was around. You know.
Right.
Like,
And
he stood out a lot.
yeah. Right, next, the Black Panther.
I also really like this one. So he is like he's the son of like the original Black Panther guy. I forgot what his name was.
T'Challa.
Yes. I also can't say his name. But him and Storm have a child, and his name is Azuri. And he ends up being like the king of Wakanda, I guess.
He's
And
the heir
he's
to the
like-
throne. And
Yeah, so it's
there
like
are
very
some
basic.
situations that happen where he might end up having to become a king for a short
Yes.
time or
But
a stand-in.
I imagine him being a very regal king, kind of like
Mhm.
T'Challa was.
So I would say out
You
of
know?
all these teenagers, he's easily the most sophisticated.
Yeah, he's the most sophisticated. I think he's more mature in some ways. In ways like worldly ways, I think. You know, he's a hero, but he focuses more on
I think
running his country.
that, and then again, like he's gonna keep he's gonna keep in mind the political and worldwide effects of the Avengers. Like,
Whereas like American Dream is not really gonna think about politics.
she
like,
just wants to save people, help
Yeah.
people, keep them safe, kinda. And then Black Panther wants to keep the peace, per se. Like he knows that, like, if the Avengers storm into Russia and aren't careful, that could cause a conflict between Russia and America. You know what I mean? Like, he's aware of those consequences. But it is cool because he has a different power set than what we're used to seeing in the Black Panther. So, if you're only familiar with the Marvel movies, he's just Batman but black, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's fair to say, like, he has the high-tech gadgets and an awesome suit and can fight. He has the Panther gods and the Panther plants and the heart-shaped plant or whatever it was, right?
I'm kind of lost. What?
I'm describing the Black Panther movie.
Heart-shaped plant?
How they had to eat the plant to be the Panther. You don't remember that?
Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I remember they ate a plant, but I didn't...
The plant was connected to the Panther gods, and that's how they got the Panther power.
I really
Anyway,
liked the movie, too. I don't
this is
understand
different.
why I
This
don't
is
know what
different.
it's
So,
about.
he inherited the Panther role and the stuff that comes along with it. But he also has an electrical power from Storm.
This isn't like the MCU. Like, we're not basing this off the MCU.
Well, I guess it is an important fact we should mention. This
I don't
isn't
want it to
based
be
in
like-
the MCU. This is not the next generation of the MCU heroes.
Yes.
Obviously, because Black Widow died in Endgame, so she couldn't have a daughter with Captain America.
Spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen it.
If you haven't seen Endgame yet, you're a fool.
You're late.
You're a fool.
Don't be mean. You're such a jerk.
But no, so I think the biggest inspiration for this, if you need to have an inspiration piece, is Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It was an old animated series. It's on Disney Plus. It's good. You should check it out if you can get past animation. That's probably the largest influence. But again, we're taking influences from everything. I mean, this is just our take on a Marvel universe, pretty much. But with that, this Black Panther, he's different because he has everything the normal Black Panther offers, and then that electrical element, and that leads to very cool visuals and very dynamic action.
Yes.
You know.
He's gonna be really cool. I'm also really excited about him.
And his stuff, when it's just him, is gonna be so much different than anything else. Because Wakanda is a world that can just be built in so many different ways and brought to life in so many different lights that, I mean, it's really like mind-numbingly complicated in certain places. It can get so free to interpretation. You know, like, my vision of Wakanda and this Black Panther could be completely different than yours, then completely different to the person turning this video on, per se. Because it's been so different throughout every version, whether it's comics, movies, TV show, you name it. So with that, we're gonna have a lot of freedom there. It's gonna pay off. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Right, next up.
I'm also excited for this one. This one's your turn. I did Black Panther. You just kind of stole my thunder there.
Oh.
I'm so excited about this character, though.
Then take it, since I stole your thunder.
Okay, so this one's Spider-Man, but it's not Peter Parker. So it's Miles, and I really like Miles. Like, Miles Morales, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's really cool. I'm really excited for him. After I watched the animated Spider-Man one with all the different Spider-Mans.
Spider-Verse.
Yes, I loved it. So we're gonna have him as Spider-Man to like spice it up a little bit instead of just Peter Parker everything. You know.
And
anything you want to say?
No. I mean, he's gonna be a lot like the Spider-Verse version
he's gonna
of
be
Miles.
like one of the more real characters, I think, just because he's like he really is like.
A lot of these heroes are going to be like, they're gonna feel like Avenger level characters per se.
Yeah.
Like you see the Thors or the Iron Mans, and you think, yeah, they're big. And then Spider-Man has always been a character where it's like, he's the neighborhood, he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and this is no different. Miles will be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, or at least he wants to be that, and maybe the world just won't let him be that. Like, I think Miles is a character we're gonna watch struggle with the responsibility of wearing that mask.
Like, I think he's gonna be real in the sense that he does grow a lot in like throughout all the trials and things, you know.
And I think it's another cool dynamic because he's a kid struggling in New York. Like his family's not rich, and then you look at someone like Black Panther, who looks just like him per se.
Like he's
like they are one and they are together. Like they are brothers, and vastly different
Mm.
societies and living conditions, and then and it's not just because we're making the race play there. I mean, you look at anyone on this team. You look at the American Dreams, whose parents are the Avengers, like both Avenger parents. She hasn't had to struggle a day in her life. Neither has the Black Panther. Neither has Kate Bishop, because she was practically adopted by the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like,
Yeah, Miles
he's
just kind
going
of took
to
up
be.
Spider-Man. Like, he was like a normal kid, and he just took up.
Wait, so
being
you're going
Spider-Man.
to have to watch him kind of deal with the fact that, like, this isn't meant. This is not a spot that Miles Morales should have had.
Yeah, it was
In
the
his
same with
opinion.
Peter Parker too. Like that's
And
why
that's
I
a
like
cool-
Spider-Man so much.
Yeah.
Because it's really cool to see that in a hero.
Yeah. All right, next one. You want me to take this one, or?
Yeah, you take it.
All right. So the next one is Cassie Lang, the daughter of Ant-Man and the Wasp. More
Yeah.
specifically, Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne.
Mm.
So this is an interesting character. This is probably the one we're least familiar with.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the most challenging to kind of
I
mix
think
her
she's
in.
gonna be fun though. She's gonna be really fun.
She
character.
has the potential to steal this project, I think.
Yeah, because she's gonna have the humor definitely. Because we kind of tried to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like diversify it and like
Yeah.
so that everyone has a character that they're like they can relate to, and it makes it interesting. You know, like
Yeah.
not everyone's the same kind of hero. So she's gonna be definitely like the humor of the group. I think like she's
Definitely.
gonna be kind of bubbly. She's still gonna be serious, but like she's not gonna take everything too seriously. Like I feel like some characters might be really really serious all the time,
Right.
and only humorous sometimes. But she'll be like more humorous.
So she's
humorous.
gonna kind of reflect a lot of her father's personality, like,
Oh yeah, yeah, pretty much.
yeah. But do you want to describe her power set? You want me to?
You should do it.
Okay. So Cassie Lang kept both the Wasp and the Ant-Man technology. So, or I should say, Ant-Man. So she can get really big or really small, just like both of her parents. But what makes her different is that when she's big or normal size, she can still use those Wasp blasters that Wasp has. So like, she goes to the size of the Empire State Building and she blasts one of those things. It's gonna pack a punch.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's cool, and she's also really freakishly smart. Like she inherited Van Dyne's lineage. You know, like
Yeah, she's gonna be really techie.
she spent a lot of time with her grandfather Hank Pym, so
Yeah.
she's smart. I would argue that she's the smartest person on this team.
Yeah, I think book smart and like tech smart wise, she is definitely the smartest.
Maybe
like,
not the
without a doubt.
socially smartest, but
No, but I think that sometimes when you're smart with certain things, you're not smart with others. So like,
right.
it's definitely kind of a relative smartness.
And
But yeah, she has like the brains, like stereotypical, like the brains.
she's gonna present another cool subplot for this because she doesn't want to be an Avenger. She doesn't believe in violence per se. Like, she's
Yeah.
not a fighter by any means. Like, Spider-Man doesn't want to be an Avenger because it's such a big responsibility, right? He knows he can't save everyone. Whereas Cassie Lang just doesn't want to hurt anyone, good or bad. Like, she doesn't want to fight. Like, if Spider-Man gets into a situation, he will fight his way out of it.
Yeah.
Cassie Lang will find a way to get out violence-free
Mhm.
per way. That doesn't mean she can't fight or won't fight.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe we'll have to see her get over that hurdle. Like, maybe she's going to be put in a situation where it's that or die.
Yeah.
But you'll have to stay tuned. Next hero.
This is one that I think a lot of people will get excited about.
Yeah,
I'm
I think so too.
excited about him. I'm excited about them all in case you haven't noticed. But like I don't realize it until I really start talking about them. So he's Wiccan is Doctor Strange's apprentice.
Apprentice, yep.
I'm tired, it's late. And he's like spacey kinda, he's kind of a loner.
His real name is
Um,
Billy Kaplan, for the
yeah.
record.
I always forget that. I just call him Wiccan. It's like, why not? And I'm really like excited about his design I made for him too.
Yeah, that
I
is
think it's
really
really
good.
cool.
Wiccan
So-
is going to be probably the most visually stimulating character
Yes.
of them all.
And he's also like, he's like a mini emo boy, which is why I like him, I think.
Well, he has a lot of
He
issues.
has like real life
and-
issues.
Yeah, issues
You
that he's
know?
going to have to deal with on top of all this magical
We
fantasy
will not
stuff.
reveal it yet, though.
Nope, gotta stay tuned.
It'll be great.
But let's just say there's 2 people on this team that are going to serve as really big role models for him without them
Yes.
ever realizing it.
Yes.
And we'll get to that later.
Yes.
If we get to it. Maybe we'll keep that
No,
hidden
we
too.
should. Wait, we should keep it
Okay. You're just going to have to pay attention. Subscribe.
hidden. No, we're just. Well, yeah. We're just, like, telling you about it so that you're interested. And then you have
But anyway.
to wait and see.
Wiccan.
Yes. He's very fun.
Very powerful.
Yes.
Doesn't know how to use that power per se, and that could get him into a lot of trouble sometimes. And yeah, that Wiccan,
He's based off of a comic character.
he is from the comics, and
Yeah.
a lot of his fans, their first question is going to be, are we including his boyfriend?
Yeah.
No,
don't-
we're not.
no,
No,
we're
we're not.
not.
I don't enjoy that character at all. I feel like
It's not like we're against.
I've
that,
read the Young
'cause-
Avenger comics, and I feel like his subplot with his sexuality was very heavy-handed and almost forced.
Yeah, and
So,
we're not into that.
will his
force.
sexuality be explored? Yes. I am not saying I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it the way Marvel Comics did it.
Yeah, plus we don't want to copy people. Like, we're not
Right.
trying to make this like a.
Right, this is not a
Rehash of
direct
things.
adaptation. So, but if
It's okay.
Wiccan,
We're
if,
gonna have a different thing that everyone's. Gonna
if you
listen
liked
to.
Wiccan for his sexuality and his struggles with that, stay tuned. That's
well,
going to be
that's still
an
something.
aspect.
That's still something that he like. We'll say it. That's still like. That's still something he's.
Yes,
That's still part of him. That's
but
what
I
I'm
just feel
trying
like
to
it was
say.
really important because I know a large part of his fan base liked that representation.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean,
we're
like
here
it. It's
for
just
you,
not the person-
LGBT community. We are
Yes.
here for you. You are included. I promise.
Are we gonna wait for the relationship thing? For the
well,
big relationship.
You know, we
thing?
gave them a hint that 2 people on the other team
Yeah,
will be a
there's-
role model, so we'll reveal that later. But as far as power goes, Wiccan is going to be a master of both the light side of magic, and he's gonna dabble in the dark side a little bit. Like we saw in the Doctor Strange movie, how Doctor Strange had to use forbidden techniques and forbidden magics to kind of save the day, right? Wiccan's gonna be very similar, but except for his stuff is gonna get a lot darker.
Mhm.
You know, and you're just going to that's where it's better to show, not tell. So stay tuned for Wiccan. We have big stuff planned for him.
Mhm.
Arguably the second strongest character on this team.
Yeah.
Right, next one. What you got?
Athena. So that's Thor's daughter.
Athena, Thor's
Thor-
daughter.
I forgot who her mom is. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. You heard it live on tape. She forgot.
Somebody
Athena's
forgot
mom.
to do notes.
Athena's mom is, what's her name? Jane Foster, that's her name.
You didn't even remember.
No, I remember the character, like, it's just her name evaded me. So Jane Foster, it was Thor's human girlfriend on Earth. So Athena is a demigod. She's the demigod of wind.
Yes. Oh man, we shouldn't have said it. We should have just been like, yeah, she's just a demigod.
Well, we're hiding a lot. We gotta share them some.
We're lucky.
But yeah, Athena, you want to take over a little bit? Talk
I'm
about
also
Athena?
excited about her character design. I think I did a good job. I hope.
Yeah, no, it looks really good.
Good. That's I'm mostly a visual person. Like that's why I don't add a lot of the writing aspects.
Right, and
And she's gonna be really cool too. Like she's gonna be a really powerful character.
yeah,
Not like I don't think she's
I
gonna
think
be
she
as
is
powerful
the most
as-
powerful one.
Really?
I think so. Because
I guess so.
With
I'm
the
just
arc
thinking
we
of one
have mapped,
character
like,
that's a little
with
bit
the arc we have mapped out, she kind of gets stronger, whereas the character you're thinking of kind of loses some stuff.
You're right.
You know what I mean? You remember that?
I should remember it.
Okay.
I just like comparing like the beginning.
Maybe not at the start, but she definitely becomes
That's
the
true.
strongest. Because she is Thor's daughter. She is Asgardian, and Asgardians do get more powerful as they age. That's why Odin's the king, and no one messes with Odin, because he's an old man, and old men rule.
Oh, you're
And,
just dissing old men over here.
are we recording?
Yeah, we should be.
I hope so. Anyway, but yeah, no, we're gonna play with that, and obviously, a lot of people I feel like are gonna ask, is Thor's hammer gonna come into play? Just watch. Just watch. But I think with Athena, the biggest point of her character that I hope I get to flesh out and people are interested in is how her being half human and having ties on both Earth and Asgard affects her life. Because she can't fully commit to being a princess of Asgard and then still see her mom on Earth. You know, like a princess is not a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so that's a struggle for her. And we'll flesh that out more. And she has really important ties to other characters, and it's just all gonna play out really well, I think. And her weapon is cool. So we stuck with the whole theme of giving Asgardians really cool weapons, and I think we might have given her the coolest weapon to ever enter the Marvel universe.
Oh, I'm pumped.
Should we reveal it or should we
Nope.
keep it hidden? Okay.
No.
The woman has spoken.
No, it's gonna be so cool.
All right, the next characters
Yeah.
I'll let you tackle.
Right, so that's Yon and DDT.
So you have to explain that one.
DDT doesn't have a name as of right now.
Yeah, no, we're horrible with names, so.
Well, it's just like she needs a good name, and like we just don't have one. Anyhow, we are also horrible with names. We have like some ideas, like, but I don't. It's very like.
But
I don't
anyway.
want to dedicate myself to one name and then be like, halfway through, just think, oh wow, this is a terrible name for her.
Name.
Exactly. Like I don't want her to
Could
have
you
a garbage
imagine
name.
so and so being named that? I'd die.
Yeah. Anyways.
But anyways, explain who they are.
So Jan's the son of, shoot, what's his name?
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. I was trying to think of his, like, name.
Peter Quill.
Yes. And Gamora.
So he's
And then-
Jan Quill, the son of Peter Quill and Gamora.
Yes. There we go. And this is why I'm an artist.
Continue.
He's just really cool. He's he's kind of like his dad, you know. He likes 80s movies and stuff.
He's an 80s buff. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Kinda. One of my favorite parts of the Guardians movies was their retro feel, and so
Yeah, and
we're
we
gonna
want to
incorporate
keep that
that
because I
with
love
the
retro
80s
stuff.
here. So a lot of pop culture. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, he's really neat. And then you should explain DDT because you're better at it than I am.
So
and she's really she's a really
DDT
important
is an abbreviation, so it stands for the daughter of Death and Thanos. So this is the character where we were kind of disagreeing about like who was stronger. So
yeah.
she was not like physically born per se. She was made by Thanos and Death with the Soul Stone, the Reality Stone, and then the powers of Death.
Yes.
And so she's charged with 2 Infinity Stones and the power of Death itself. And so she has a really cool and interesting backstory, and you couldn't tell these two were kind of the heirs to the Guardians of the Galaxy. And she's very powerful, and she had to learn humanity, how to be compassionate and be what it means to be a hero per se. And Jan, being much like his dad, was full of humanity.
You
He was
should
a very
explain how
lively
she
person.
comes into like how they're both like together as the character, like because we didn't like explain them separately. Like they are
Okay,
together.
So they are
as a
going to be
thing.
together. Like everything else is going to get their own solo projects first, but Jan and DDT are a duo. They stick
Yeah.
together. They are partners. They are Han Solo
They're
and Chewbacca.
family, pretty much. Like they
Yes,
eventually
so
become like
DDT
family.
was adopted by the Guardians. Like
Yeah.
she got really close to Drax, but they all kind of got raised together on the same ship. So they are like brother and sister, and they are super close. And
Yes.
Jan doesn't really have a superpower. He's green and he's a really good shot, but
Yeah,
that's
pretty
about
much.
it. He's pretty much Star-Lord,
Yes.
but looks like Gamora. And but that's not to say he's not interesting. Like, he's not a carbon copy
he's
of
gonna
him.
be
Like, he's
really fun.
very cool.
He's also gonna be like the humor, but he's gonna be like the whole Star-Lord humor. Like, he's
Right.
definitely gonna have had adopted that.
But I
part
really
of
want to
him.
reiterate, he's not a carbon copy.
No, he's
Like,
not.
this isn't
He's
to say
definitely
ignore
different.
him because he's just Star-Lord 2.0. Like, he's very interesting, and we're not doing him justice right now. But
Yeah.
that's another character where I think it's better to show. Like, this is just one that's going to jump off when we start filming and recording.
Yeah, some of them have too much personality to like,
Right.
explain. Like, there's a
And
lot to
then-
them, but it's not something you put into words
Right.
necessarily.
And but with both of them, when they get involved with these earthly heroes, it's going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
So anyways,
DDT,
those are the
she's
characters.
charged with those 2 Infinity Stones, and she
Oh,
has
wait.
a sword.
Did you want to say how like they adopted her or no? Like, you just that surprise.
Well, we're gonna deal with that. But let's just say the Guardians adopted her and raised her, and she is closer to Drax. Like, she is closest to Drax.
Yes.
Whereas Jan has Gamora and Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And Rocket and Groot will be in there too, and they all have roles. And
Yeah, but it's not all about them. It's
Right.
mostly gonna be about the younger heroes.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't wanna-
yeah. This is very much about the next generation, so we're not gonna
Yes.
spend a lot of time dealing on that per
But
se.
anyways, we should talk about what. So these are all the characters, like the
These
main,
are the
like, heroes.
main heroes.
These are the Avengers.
These are the Avengers, yes.
So
The Avengers
what are we
Next Gen.
gonna- What are we gonna do with them with this podcast? You should
So-
explain it.
Before we dive into an Avengers project, we're gonna
Yeah,
watch
so
the
we
main story
can't, like-
unfold.
Yeah, we can't really like produce it. Like,
We can't film it right now. We could
Yeah.
write it all day and hype it up, but we just realistically cannot film it.
yeah, there's no way.
But we can record it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do audio play-esque podcast stories.
Only if that seems interesting.
Yeah,
like
like,
if you
I mean-
guys are like, that's a stupid idea.
When we
like,
put this
just
up on our
let us
social
know.
medias, we're going to try to get a poll out there and see what's the best way to tackle
Yeah.
this. So our plan is to either do the audio play with sound effects and voice actors and all that jazz, or if you guys think that's utter dog shit, we'll just publish stories. I'll write it, and
Mhm.
she'll do art with it or something. Like,
Yeah.
if you just want to read it and pull it up and read it, we can do that too.
Yeah.
But either way, we can't film it yet.
Yeah,
so we're
but
going
we
to start
would like to
build
eventually.
this universe at first with these podcasts or these stories, and then when we can, film them, bring them to life.
Mhm.
That's kind of the thing. Do you have anything to
Not really. That was
add
kind
to
of.
that?
No, I'm very
Um,
excited about it.
We're not trying to rush this. This is very
Yeah.
much something we want to take the time to make special, and we wanna make sure we're doing something that's interesting. Like,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this and think that this is all utter garbage, and you don't really care, let us know. Like,
Yeah.
do it respectfully.
No,
don't be
it's okay.
trolls.
You can say that we're garbage.
But
It's okay.
I
don't
mean,
mind.
if this is something interesting and you have ideas or suggestions, or
Yeah.
I mean,
We're
you can
open-minded
contact us.
people.
Yeah.
Even though you're kind of mean sometimes.
What?
I'm kidding.
Wow, burying me on the podcast. I see how it is.
I'm joking.
I see how it
You
is.
just yelled at him for talking about how we're garbage.
I said don't be trolls.
I'm kidding. I kid.
But in all seriousness, with us wanting to do that podcast story, we're gonna need voice actors.
Yes.
And,
so if
you know-
us, I don't really want to bring in people I don't know.
So yeah, no, if you're
Well, I mean, like, not like personally know us,
Right.
but like,
so
mean,
if
don't,
you're
like,
interested,
fly
if you're
in from
interested,
somewhere and be
yeah,
like,
yeah, we can't
"Here,
fly
I'm
you in
here."
from California. Sorry.
yeah.
But like, if you're in the Florida area and you're hearing this and you're interested, shoot us an email or hit us up with
Yeah.
a DM, or if you know us personally, text us or call us, and
We
we'll
don't know
talk.
many people though.
I
don't
know a
how
lot of
likely
people,
that
but-
is. That's
But
true.
yeah, anyway, get a hold of us somehow. If you one of these characters jumped out and you're like, yeah, I want to bring that character to life, we'll see if you can.
Yeah.
Or maybe if the character you had in mind don't, we can find you another one. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we need like villains and stuff that we haven't talked about.
per se, yeah. There's a lot of villains in this.
Mhm.
Very good developed villains, not Marvel Cinematic.
But those are surprises.
Correct.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe later on.
Maybe we'll do a villain special.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Spooky.
If you guys are interested in that, let us know.
That'd be kind of cool.
But no, but anyway, or if there's anything behind camera that, or behind the scenes in general, you want to do, like, if you're a writer and you want to help write some of this stuff, I would love to work with someone. I mean, I'm not gonna give you the project per se, but I will definitely work with you.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I
because
mean?
we're also very new, so it's not like we're professionals.
Right, and I know there's a
at all.
lot of people with a lot of talent. Like,
Yeah.
I
so-
think the best thing in Hollywood is variety, and anything creative art-wise, whether it's movies or video games
Mhm.
or books, variety is king. And so if you're listening to one of these characters, let's talk about one of these characters, and you hear about the Black Panther, and you're like, no, I have a story that needs to be written about this character, let us know. Pitch it to us. If you pitch it to us and you want to produce this, I will let you do that.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
not,
I will-
like,
I will
stingy,
give
like,
you
we're
the
not
reins.
We're not gonna take it and be like, yes, this is ours now.
Right. You will get full credit. It would be
We
yours,
don't make
just
money
with
off of
our
this.
help. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We're gonna go broke making this.
Yeah.
So don't sue us, Disney.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse has enough money.
It's true. They kind of have taken over.
I pay for Disney Plus. I've given you enough money.
Yeah, we like talk trash and stuff, but we give Disney so much money.
Yeah.
Every time they come out with any movies, we're like, take our money.
Yeah.
We'll
I
go
guess
watch
so.
Star Wars 4 times. That's okay.
Oh, dude, we have an awesome Star Wars project lined up too. But we'll get into that later. 'Cause it's about time to wrap this up. I think
I think
this
it
is a
is.
good teaser video, Well-
And that's a wrap.
and that's a wrap. If you want to hear more from this project, let us know. If you want to hear other projects, we have other stuff. So if you hear this and think you like the way we think and you want to hear more, let us know.
Yeah.
We have original stuff. We have other fan-based stuff. Like I said, we have Star Wars projects. We have Disney projects. We have
Yeah.
mashup
We
projects.
kind of have projects coming out of our ears and we never finish them. So like,
Well, they're all in pre-planning because
yeah,
we get a lot of stuff started.
we're just very creative people.
So
and it's like too much creativity sometimes.
get at us and
Yeah,
just
just,
let us
like,
know what
tell
you're
us-
interested in. Like,
If you're interested in something, we have probably thought of something to go with that. So
yeah, pretty much. So we're gonna wrap it up for now. I am Mike the
Yeah.
writer.
I'm Olivia, the artist.
There we go. We are AstroGiraffe, and
We also have an Instagram.
yeah, we do. I was about to say we gotta plug
It's
that.
a little giraffe in space as the picture.
Yeah, but what's the account name?
I'm pretty sure it's just AstroGiraffe Productions.
Oh, that sounds so professional. We're pretty sure it's AstroGiraffe Productions.
You'll find it. It's okay. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like one post.
Yeah, well, so we gotta work on it. We gotta work on our Insta game.
It's okay.
But I'll leave the links to everything in the description and wherever
That's
we
easier
upload this.
because people
yeah.
don't remember it when we say it.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I
make
know
sure
I
you check
don't.
that out. It's been fun talking to you guys again. We're gonna try to get more out, like at a quicker pace.
We'll try.
Life is crazy right now.
I mean, I'm
but,
sure we will now because now that I know what I'm doing with my life,
Yeah,
I'll have more time to do things.
So stay tuned for realsies this time. Like we'll keep our end of things this time. And
Yeah. We'll
thanks
make
for checking this out
ourselves.
and listening to it. This means the world to us because
Thank
this
you.
very much is a thing that if this doesn't go anywhere,
It's still fun. It's fun. I enjoy it.
we would love to have you along for the ride. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yes.
Like this is a thing we could do alone, quietly, in a classroom somewhere. But we want to do this with people and
Yeah.
an audience.
And
So
we
thank
do
you for
wanna,
taking
like,
part in that.
We would like people to reach out because like we're people who like have a passion for things and we don't really have like an outlet, so we want other
I would
people
love to
have an
share
outlet too.
the spotlight.
Yeah, so
and
like
share-
even if you're like just an artist, like I would love to like share artists.
And there's a
And,
lot of
like-
different types of art we need. Like Olivia's not
Exactly.
a set designer.
Yeah, I'm not.
She can't
I
draw cities
paint
and worlds and stuff
Yeah.
like that, or weapons, or
Yeah, like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I just kind of draw things, you know,
Mhm.
and like paint things.
But yeah, so again, if you feel like you have a place here, or you could add something to this, or even if you like the way we think and want to consult us about something, go ahead. Like, one of our main goals with AstroGiraffe is to build a network of creative young people.
Yeah, we want to
Like,
bring things to life.
There's
not
so
just-
much potential in the world, and I want people to act on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So thanks guys for checking us out.
Yes,
All the links, AstroGiraffeProductions at gmail.com, the Instagram account, the Facebook account page thing.
All that jazz.
Yeah,
You'll
all that
find us.
jazz. Links in the description. It's like midnight here, so we're gonna get out of here.
All right.
Thank
well,
you guys so much.
Thank you.
And
That's a wrap. We should start ending it like
is that our
that.
gimmick?
Can that be our exit?
Our gimmick exit?
Yeah, we
What was
should
I
say
saying
it.
before?
Nothing. I think we just kind of end it awkwardly, and we're like, bye, guys.
All right. Well, 3, 2, 1.
And
That's a wrap.